What's going on, guys? I'm back. Another Ooze review. This one is gonna take me back to my childhood, bro. This game, bro. I I can't say more. Let's just get into it. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ooze Review. I am your host of the Chewy New podcast, which we have our shows come out every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. on YouTube Live only. On today's episode, man, I'm a little excited about this. I know I did a review on Masters of the Universe, but did you know? I'm pretty sure I was like maybe like a week ago I found out that there will be an actual game coming out for Masters of the Universe called Masters of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the Dragon Pearl of Destruction. I think that's the name of the game. This is a co-op game, online game also. It gives you that Ninja Turtle feel, old school. If you're an old school Ninja Turtle fan from the old gaming arcades back in the day, the Avengers one also, where you could play as Vision, Captain America, Iron Man. It had the 4 slots available that you could play. This one right here, man, kind of made me cry a little bit when I saw the trailer. So, without further ado, just look at the way the graphics. Look at this. Damn, He-Man Taylor running the dude. I'm amped to watch this, bro. Let's just go. Oh my god. There's Richard. Oh, dude. Dude, you got even She-Ra on there, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude. Look at the map. Look at the map, guys. Oh my gosh. This takes me back to Ninja Turtles, man, when they first came out on arcade. This looks amazing, dude. Freaking amazing. I can't wait for this game to come out, especially the co-op that you can actually play with others online to join your group. I think it's a total of 4 that can go at a time. I'm not really sure. Now it's only a 2-on-2. Wow. Right there. Available for PS5, streaming, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch. Guys, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction releases this month, April 28th, dude. So far in the playback, it looks like it might be just a 2-person, maybe a 3 or 4. I'm not really sure. Don't count your chicks before they hatch. But this game right here, if anything, is a must-to-have as a download in your system. God, I can tell you right now, this game takes me back to when I was a kid, running to the arcade, trying to drop in quarters to every single arcade, especially for Ninja Turtles back in the day. Love playing. My brother and I used to play that game constantly, almost every week. And if we had a chance to leave the house, we'll run down the video store, and they always had the arcades out there. And that in particular arcade was one that we enjoyed playing so much. I saw the way the graphics look. They had the old school graphics, the fight scenes and everything. It really does. It kind of has a feel of Streets of Rage. Have you ever played that game before? Also, dude, I'm amped. I'm amped about this in particular game. And if you are a Master Universe fan like I am from the 80s, this takes you back to the 80s when video games, arcade game rooms back in the day, and they had these arcades where you can go and there's not many places like that. I know there's one in Edinburgh, Texas, now where you can go play classic vintage arcade games. That's pretty cool. But game rooms, you don't have game rooms anymore. Back in the day, there used to be a place in Donna, Texas called the Teepee. They had one section with like 5 pool tables and had an open snack bar in the back. They served beer, of course, alcohol, and on the other side was all arcades. And it was a lot of fun because you would show up on your bikes, after school or in the summertime. You would meet up with your buddies. You would call them on your landline phone. You youngsters don't know what that is, but you would call a landline phone. You would meet up at that game room, hang out, play video games all day. All you need was $5. $5 was enough because every single arcade was a quarter to play, and it was pretty cool, man. And if you knew the actual person who owned the establishment, he would hook you up with a couple of more credits to play. But that was pretty cool, man. Especially when at that time, I think Mortal Kombat was barely coming out. Also, I think Mortal Kombat came out in the late '80s, or was it the early '90s? I think it was the early '90s. Unquote me. Somebody correct me there in the comments in the bottom. I think it came in the early '90s. But anyways, when that came out, bro, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, man, to experience that. To have stuff like that now, it's a little bit tougher, to have that now. But to hold this, everybody has a system at home now. Nobody wants to go to an arcade and spend money. And nowadays an arcade runs you about what, 50 cents? Not even like $1.50. It's gone up in price. I totally understand, but there would be a vintage place that could do something like that. I haven't been to the one in Edinburgh, so I'm not sure how vintage it is. I know there was a place in McAllen where you would pay $5 and you could be in there for like 2 hours nonstop playing. So I bet you that was a lot of fun. But you don't realize how fast time rolls by when you're playing arcades, man. It's a whole different world, whole different era when you're surrounded by huge arcade systems. Losing yourself with Frogger, Pac-Man, Centipede, Defender, Asteroids, Dragon's Lair. I remember when that came out. What's another one? Shoot, there's so many, dude. Oh man, the ice. I think it's called. One's called the Iceman or Ice Maker. The Avengers was another big one too. So of course your traditional Street Fighters. Those were the epic times, man. And we don't have that anymore. But this game, He-Man's Master of the Universe, the Dragon Pearl of Destruction. I think it's gonna make waves, bro. If you're a real retro gamer and you like the Ninja Turtle style of play, the Avengers play, the Streets of Rage play, hell, even Gauntlet, I think you might enjoy this one. So I want save your pennies, your nickels, your dimes, your quarters, and as much as you can. And I rate this one, big fan of it. I hope it's not a bust. I'm not gonna aim too high. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 as far as visual. I can give it a solid 10 if the gameplay is smooth. Then yes, or I'll give it a 10 if it has the co-op, which I believe it's gonna have that. Hopefully for online play. But yeah, I'll give it an 8. You know what? Scratch that. 7.5. Let's go a little lower because we don't know what the game look. I'm talking as a fanboy here. As far as for Masters of the Universe, let's go with 7.5. Let's wait for this gameplay come up April 28th. Let's see how it rolls, and I'm hoping it doesn't disappoint. All right, that's all I got for this week, guys, and we'll see you next time. All right, y'all take it easy. Peace.